As we battle a rising surge in the new COVID cases, Tata Medical's and Diagnostic Department has developed a kit to detect the Omicron variants named Omisure. This kit detects the COVID variants in just 2.5 hours as compared to the traditional genetic sequencing, which takes days. This test will be available at 250 for laboratories. Listen in to this exclusive interview with Tata R&D's head virologist Dr. V. Ravi.
First of all, we would like to know about any kit which we see about on COVID. Most important aspect of that is the specificity and sensitivity. How much of sensitivity and specificity is of this kit Omisure that you have got the recommendation from ICMR?
The sensitivity of the kit is 100%. What does it mean? All the sequenced samples, genome sequence samples that ICMR used in the evaluation were detected correctly as Omisure or other variants by our kit. So that means it is 100% sensitive. The specificity was 99.25%. And in the specificity, all the negatives were negative. And in one of the positive samples, the interpretation required genomic sequencing. That's why the specificity was 0.75% less. Otherwise, the kit is able to accurately detect samples based on genome sequencing. And this is for the first time that a kit has been developed that uses two strategies to confirm Omicron. One is by looking at the dropout of S gene, and the other is by detecting specifically the mutated region of Omicron. Kits are available individually for these two aspects. For dropout, there are kits. For mutation detection, there are kits. But there is no kit globally that combines these two. And that is the specialty of Omisure kit. And that's why it's called, we designated it sure because it's a sure way of identifying Omicron. Omisure.
So, sir, my next question is on manufacturing and this kit coming to market. When are we expecting this, and what is the quantum that we are looking at? In how many cities are you going to roll it out?
At present, for the next 3 to 4 weeks, we will be producing 2 lakh tests per day, but we are also quickly gearing up to ramp up our capacity to an ultimate of 500,000 tests per day. So before this month end, somewhere between 20th and 22nd, we will be able to ramp up to 5 lakh tests per day.
So what is the cost going to be? Because normally the RT-PCR testing has been a bit a high costing affair. What is the cost that we are looking at for procuring these kits?
The Tata MD has decided to price it at rupees 250 per test, which is extremely competitive. That's the current price to the laboratories. The laboratories which are purchasing will just have to pay 250 for a test. This is very much like any other RT-PCR available now, but the advantage is you get Omicron detection very fast in a matter of 2.5 hours. And it should minimize the requirements for gene sequencing, which is now, everybody is talking about gene sequencing. It may not, gene sequencing can be reserved for special cases. We need not overload the genome labs, and we can use this test.
So one important question which arises here is that we have seen the self-testing kits being available in the market. Will this also be just another form of a self-testing kit, or like you mentioned, it will be just for people who are running the laboratories? It would be for laboratories, not for common people.
This is not a self-test that can be administered by people in their homes, primarily because in this test we are detecting genetic material of the virus, the RNA of the virus. All self-test and rapid antigen tests detect viral protein in the nasal passages. Okay. So for this test, we require to collect the specimen and put it into virus transport medium and hand it over to a lab. In the lab, like any other PCR, they first have to do RNA extraction. And for that, some biosafety level laboratory is required. This should be approved by ICMR. So it's for laboratories. In short, it is not for individuals to use it at home.